Hey guys, it's Miss Johnson here, and I'm here to bring you our first video for Unit 1. Today our learning target is to be able to write and evaluate expressions and equations. So at the top of your notes page, we'll just talk a little bit about what those actually are. An algebraic expression consists of one or more numbers and variables along with one or more arithmetic operations. Some very basic examples include 5x plus 2. Or you could have some parentheses in there like 3 plus m quantity squared. Those are algebraic expressions. Notice what is not in an algebraic expression is an equal sign. That is what takes us down to an equation. An algebraic equation is a mathematical sentence stating that two expressions are equal. So now we'd have something like 5x plus 2 equals 13. Or 3 plus m quantity squared equals 25, something to that effect. So expressions are evaluated, equations are solved. When we get into solving, that's where we have an equation. So let's just take a look at our order of operations here. We all know about PEMDAS. We've heard of PEMDAS before. One thing that we really need to be careful about is that we keep these two together and these two together. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division are together from left to right. Addition and subtraction are together from left to right. So putting it in a pyramid like this might make a little bit more sense, because then you can see that this multiplication stays together, this addition and subtraction stays together. Same thing as thinking of it more like 4 steps instead of 6. Multiplication, addition, subtraction together. Let's take a look at some examples. It says evaluate each expression. So we would have, for the first one, I have 2 times 5 plus 3 times the quantity 4 plus 3. So let's go ahead and evaluate those and put them together. I need to take care of parentheses first, so I'm going to add 4 plus 3. That's 2 times the quantity 5 plus 3 times the quantity 7. Then I would look for any exponents. I don't have any. I'd look for multiplication and division. I do have multiplication. 2 times 5 gives me 10. 3 times 7 gives me 21. And last but not least, addition and subtraction. I have some addition here. So 10 plus 21, 31. So basic review, when we have more than one set of parentheses or brackets or grouping symbol, any sort of grouping symbol, we have to start from the inside and work our way out. So I'm going to start on the inside with 30 divided by 6. I'd have 2 times the quantity 5 plus 30 divided by 6 is 5. Once I've evaluated that parenthesis, we don't actually need to write it anymore. Then I have 5 plus 5, which ends up being 10. So I have 2 times 10, which gives me 20. So 20 would be my evaluated expression there. Substituting numbers in for variables. So I have x times the quantity y plus 8 divided by 12. X is equal to 3, y is equal to 4. So I'm going to first substitute in my variables. So I need to take 3, plug it in for x, 4, plug it in for y. That gives me 3 times the quantity 4 plus 8 divided by 12. Then I go through my order of operations. Parentheses are first, so do those. 3 times 12 divided by 12. Exponents don't have any. Multiplication and division, I do, and I have to go from left to right. So I'm going to multiply first. That's 36 divided by 12. Then divide, I end up with 3. In part D, I'm going to leave part D for you guys. I want you to plug in those variables and simplify it yourself using those order of operations. The next one, number 2, now we're looking at simplifying expressions. So these are going to have variables left over in them, but I still need to simplify it as much as I can. When I have a simplified expression, I only see each variable one time. And remember that x is different than x squared, but I still want to only see each variable one time and have only one constant left over. I also want to write it in standard form where the exponents decrease. So I'm going to start with distributing that 3. I'm going to take this 3 that's being multiplied by parentheses, distribute it through. The negative 10x I didn't touch yet. Now I have 3 times 4, which is 12x squared. Multiply those two coefficients together. Then I have 3 times 2x, which ends up being 6x. 3 times -2, which is -6. I still have that 4x squared at the end. Now I've distributed everything. I have no more multiplication or division to take care of. Now I'm just going to group my like terms. Like terms that I have, here's a squared and a squared. Here's an x and an x, and then my constant is alone. I kind of like to underline them and put them together that way. So I'm going to do that. Now I have 12x squared, 4x squared, that's 16x squared. Negative 10x and 6x ends up being negative 4x. And the -6 is alone, so -6 at the end. There's my standard form. The exponents decrease. That would be x to the 0, so I went 2, 1, 0, which is good. But yeah, that's what that should look like. So again, why don't you guys go ahead and pause the video at this time and see if you can work on example B there. And we will flip it over to the back. In number 3 on the back side of your notes page, it says the Pyramid Arena in Memphis, Tennessee is the 3rd largest arena in the world. The area of its base is 360,000 square feet, and it is 321 feet high. The formula for the volume of the pyramid is V equals 1/3 capital B times H, where capital B represents the area of the base. That capital B is not just a length, it's an actual area. Then it says find the volume of the pyramid. So all we really need to do here is take a look at that formula. Here's my formula, and I need to plug in capital B and H. It says the area of the base is 360,000 square feet. So when I plug that in, I'm going to have volume is equal to 1/3 times 360,000. And then my H, the height, is 321. Now I want to go through and simplify that. 1/3 of 360,000 would be 120,000. So I just put those two together, really, 120,000. And really you can just use your calculator to go through and multiply these all out. That's totally fine. 120,000 times 321 would be 38,520,000. And our label here, this is volume, so we're feet to the 3rd power. Volume is 3 dimensions, so feet to the 3rd power. Okay. Then perimeter in number 4, let's take a look at number 4. It says find the perimeter of the triangle. Remember that word perimeter? Perimeter is distance around the outside. So just a little geometry review for you. So I need to take the 3 sides of the triangle and add them together. So I'm going to write that out as an expression first. I'm going to have 2a plus 0.5b squared plus the quantity 5a plus 1. Then I want to go ahead and plug in the values that I know. I know that a is equal to 9 and b is equal to 10. So I'm going to have 2 times 9 plus 0.5 times 10 squared plus 5 times 9 plus 1, all quantity together. So then let's go ahead and simplify that. 2 times 9 gives me 18. In here I have 10 squared, the middle term has 10 squared times 0.5. 10 squared is 100. I want to go ahead and take half of that, which would be 50. And then I have 5 times 9 plus 1. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 1 would be 46. And going ahead and putting all those together, 18, 50, and 46 makes 114. Perimeter is 1 dimension. I'm in centimeters, so 114 centimeters. All right, that's going to take us to the end of our video for today. Thanks for watching and listening. Don't forget to go back to Schoology and take your Schoology quiz, and we will come back together and finish our notes tomorrow. Have a good night.